position. And then when you're ready, just bring yourself up. We're going to start kneeling today. Okay, grab a drink if you need it. So we're going to be up on your knees to start with. So working a bit with that hip hinge that we've just done at the start. Arms go all the way up, fingertips to the ceiling. I'm just going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're pushing back behind you, okay? Palms up to the ceiling. I want you to think about having really active arms. So your arms are strong. Your breath at the top, when you push in, it's as if you're pushing through something that's a lot thicker than air, and you're pushing out at the back. Okay, so you feel it all down the backs of your arms. Lift up. And then push down. Pushing up and out at the back. Go one more. Okay, we're going to add your hip hinge onto this. So I'll turn to the side again so you can see. So arms up to the ceiling again. And then this time, as you push back, you're just going to hinge forward at the hips and start to sit yourself down. You're not going to touch your bum onto your heels. You're just going to hold it down. And then as you lift your arms up, standing tall or kneeling tall, hips forward. Breathe in, exhale, push back. Make sure you're sitting down, nearly to those heels, but not fully. Stand, and then push back. So you're opening out your chest, keeping a straight back. Working your hip joint. And getting some strength in your arms and your quads at the same time. Push back out of those palms. Go two more, then we're going to hold those arms back. Breathe in. And exhale down. You're pushing back. Inhale up. And then last time. Exhale down. I'm going to hold those arms back. So you think about straight back. And then you're pushing up, pulsing up for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your hinge, keep that bend back. Bring your elbows so they're into your side. You're going to curl up, so palms of your hands are then facing forward. Backs of your hands to your shoulders, and then you're pushing back. It's like a tricep push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going all the way up to 10. So squeeze at the back. 5 more. Belly's pulled in really tightly. Support yourself in this position. Last 2. Last 1. Squeeze. And stand yourself tall. Okay? So it should be nice and warm now in the backs of the arms. So I'm going to work laterally and with rotation now in this position. So I want you to take one leg out to the side, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to work both sides. The knee that's on the mat, you know, underneath that hip, so you've got a straight line going down, and then leg goes out to the side, toes pointing forwards. Okay, so we're going to start hands all the way up, so you've got them behind your head, just holding gently onto the back of your head. I want you to take a breath in, and then whichever way your leg is, you're going to rotate or flex out towards the outstretched leg. Hold it there. Take your breath and exhale tall. Okay, remember that pelvic floor is up, belly's pulled in, breath in the middle, and then you're going to flex away from that leg. So you're stretching out, all the way out. So that foot that's stretched out, that leg that's stretched out, you're not going to let it lift off the mat, back to centre. Breath in, exhale over. So you're thinking about these oblique muscles on one side, they're pulling you down. When you take that breath and you get yourself tall, they're lifting you back up the other side. Breathe in, exhale over. Okay, we're going to go 4 more, 2 each side. Back to centre. Breath in the middle. Exhale over. Take your breath. Back to centre. Okay, got 1 more each side. And lift yourself tall. Over you go. Back to centre. Okay, so we're going to keep arms where they are. We're going to rotate in this position. So we're taking a breath, and then as you exhale, you're just twisting round. So upper body round as far as you can towards the outstretched leg, without letting this hip move forward too much. So think about stability in your pelvis, just twisting at your waist. Breathe in and exhale back to centre. Opposite side, take your breath. Exhale round. Take your breath back to centre. Go 1 more time each side. Last time, breathe in and twist as you exhale. And back to centre. Okay, bring that outstretched leg in. Switch sides. So, check your knees under your hip again. Hips are forward. Straight leg out to the side. Hands come up behind that head. Fingertips gently onto the back of your head. I'm going to start with that lateral flexion. So breathe in, exhale over towards the outstretched leg. So pulling in on this side, stretching out this side. Taking your breath. Exhale tall, pull yourself up tall. Breathe in, exhale, opposite side. Out as far as you can. You might find you go further on one side than the other. Breathe in. Exhale tall. Take your breath and out. Oh, you're all going in the same direction on my gallery view. We coordinated. Breathe in and back to centre. That never happens in real life classes that we all do the same side. Take your breath, back to centre. Okay, 1 more time each side. And then we'll twist again. So working your spine mainly here and those sides. Out you go. And back in. Okay, then we rotate. So take your breath. And as you exhale, twist round towards the outstretched leg. Again, think about this hip still being forward. And back to centre. Breath in the middle and rotate yourself away, elbows wide, and back in. 1 more each side. Take your breath and back to centre. Deep breath, last time, take it round. And back in. Okay, hands down by your side, bring that leg in. So flip yourself around, we're going to go into all fours position. So we're going to work with the hovers, pikes and planks that we did at the end last week. Okay, so we're going to start with hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips, and you're just tucking your toes under at the back, okay? So, belly is strong, pelvic floor pulled up, you're starting with a flat back. I want you to take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're just hovering those knees off the mat. Just an inch off that mat, holding there, and lower down. There we go again, breathe in, exhale, hold.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Legs is getting involved. And knees back down. We're going to go 3 more, breathe in, and lift. Just hold those knees. Lower down. Last two, breathe in. Open, hold. Lower down. Last time. Take a breath in. Breathe and hold. Okay, so knees should be up off the mat. Just going to hold it here. And then from this position, I want you to take your breath, and as you exhale, you're lifting those knees, sending yourself back into that pike stretch. If you can get your heels down at the back, go for it. If you can't, just leave a heel up, that's fine. Holding that stretch. Take your breath. Exhale, come back to that hovered position. So we're not putting knees down now, we're working between this hover and your pike. Breathe in. Exhale, lift. Obviously, if you want to put your knees down, have a rest, you can. And join back in when you're ready. Back down. And go 3 more. Breathe in. Exhale, lift. Back down to that all fours hover. Okay, last one. And up. Okay, and then bring your knees down. Okay, a bit of stretch in this position, then we're going to move on to a different leg position for this. Okay, so we're going to take left leg, right arm. They're going to stretch out to the ends of your mat. You can push out your toes, out your fingertips. When you get as much stretch as you can, I want you to lift up. So you've got your arm out at shoulder height, leg out at hip height at the back. Push out your toes, out your fingertips, get your stretch. And then I want you to bring that knee in to elbow, curling your spine up to the ceiling. Tuck all the way in. And then stretch back out. Hold it there. Back down to the mat. And in. Okay, opposite side. So left arm, right leg stretches out. Push out your fingertips, out your toes. Lift, get that stretch. As much length as you can get. Take your breath in and exhale, curl. Elbow into knee, spine up to the ceiling. And then stretch out. And back to the mat. And draw in. Okay. Just sit yourself back into your child's pose for a second. Take a breath, take a drink. And then when you're ready, back up onto all fours. For one more bit of planking, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so you're taking your knees out wide, okay? So knees out about as wide as the mat. You've got about 4 or 5 inches between your toes at the back. You're just going to tuck your toes under, okay? So we're going to hover in this wide knee position. Again, we're going to go for 5. So take your breath. As you exhale, just hovering up. So you're pushing out, down into the floor through the heels of the hand, lifting those knees up and lower. Okay, breathe in, exhale, lift. So remember that strong belly, pulled up pelvic floor and lower. Okay, 3 more, breathe in, exhale, lift. And lower. Take your breath. Hold it there and down. Okay, it's the last time we're going to hold it up and start movement on those knees. Breathe in. Exhale, lift. Okay, thinking about having a really strong inner thigh. You're pulling your knees together and then bring them back out wide. Pulling your knees in, back out wide. 3 more. Pulling your knees together, back out wide. Last 2. Squeeze in your legs, knees wide. Squeeze in, knees wide. Last time. Keep those knees wide and lower down. Okay, again, send yourself back into your child's pose stretch. And then bring yourself all the way back up. One more time each side with that extension. And curl up the spine, so you're stretching out, alternate arm and leg. Lifting up, pushing out your fingertip, out your toes. As much length as you can in your body. And then curling in, spine up to the ceiling. And then stretch, reach back out. Lower yourself down. And back in. Okay, opposite side. Stretch out, lift and reach. Push out your fingertips, out your toes. Take your breath. Curl in. Stretch out. Out your fingers, out your toes. Back down to the mat. And back in. Okay. Just sit yourself back onto heels. Swing your legs round. We're going to start rolling back, get ourselves down onto the mat and work on some more abdominal stuff, okay? So we're going to start hands on behind your thighs. You take a breath at the top, and then as you exhale, you're just tilting that pelvis back. Spine curls out at the back. Rolling back as far as to get a straight arm. Holding it there. Taking your breath. And rolling yourself tall. Okay, go again. Breathe in. Exhale back. Hold it down. Think about rolling forward, getting those shoulders to come forward over your hips and sitting yourself tall. Take your breath. 2 more in this position. Exhale back. So pelvis tilts, sits bones push towards your heels, spine curls out at the back. Just rolling back, getting a straight arm at the side. Holding your position, then you take a breath to roll forward. Shoulders come forward over hips. And you right yourself tall. Okay, last time, breathe in. Exhale back.
What would you like to play next?
And roll back. Take your breath. Shoulders forward and roll tall. Okay, we're going to go again, but this time I'm going to take your hands off. You can leave your hands on if you want. We're going to roll back a bit further. So you take your breath. Same action with that tilt of your pelvis. You're going to roll yourself back down. And try and roll down so your waistband is on the mat. If you're finding that your feet are lifting, just keep a hand hold on those legs. Hold it there. And then from here you're rolling yourself up. Again, shoulders out over hips. Sitting yourself back tall. Take your breath. And roll down. Hold it there. Okay, 2 more. Take your breath. Exhale back, spine pushes out at the back. Rolling it down to the mat, down to your waistband. holding that position. Okay, this last time, we're going to hold it back. Then we're going to roll all the way down onto the mat, but we're going to add some arms on in between if you want to. I'm going to take a breath in. Exhale back. Okay, so I want you to hold it down. So you're either holding down with your hands on, holding down with your hands off. And then if you want an extra challenge before we go down to that mat, you're going to lift one arm up and then pop it down. And lift the second arm up and pop it down. And then both arms together and down. Keep those feet onto that mat. One arm, two arms, and both together. Okay, one more set of arm lifts, or you just hold in that pose. Last one with your double arms. And then roll yourself down. Take yourself down to the mat, okay? So, feet are on the floor, knees are bent, but I want your legs slightly longer than they would normally be, so we're not bent up with heels and close into your bum. Heels are pretty far away from your bum, okay? So we're going to work with some ab curls up and then add some legs on and some oblique work. So hands come up and just go behind that head again. So you're just gently holding. Try and keep your elbows wide as you're lifting up, so you're leading with your chest rather than with your elbows, okay? So we're just going to do 4 simple lifts to start with to warm you up or keep you warm. So we're breathing in, and as you exhale, just curl it up to lift those shoulders only off the mat and back down. Okay, 3 more. Breathe in, curl and lift. So shoulders only off the mat and down. 2 more. Take your breath. Shoulders up and down. Last one. Okay, we're going to add some legs on. Okay, so take one of your legs, doesn't matter which one, you're going to straighten it out so your thighs are parallel. And then as you curl your body up, you're going to bring that knee in. So you're doing like a crunch in the middle, like a slow crunch. And then stretch that leg out, working same side. Breathe in. Crunch and hold. Elbows back, just check myself there. And stretch. Curl up, bring that knee in. Lifting just that chest up and shoulders off the mat. And in. Okay, we're going to go 4 more, then we're going to add a twist on. That's 1. 2. Last 2. Okay, last one. Okay, so it's the same action with your leg, but this time when you lift up, you're going to twist over towards the outstretched leg. So we breathe in, curl up, and we twist. Think about lifting up with your shoulder rather than your elbow. So lead with this top shoulder, and then get yourself centered as that leg extends out. Breathe in, lift and twist, leading with that shoulder, and extend. 2 more. Going really slow, pausing at that hold. Last time. And stretch. Leave your head down and then pop that leg down onto the mat, okay? Same again, opposite side. So stretch opposite leg long, so you've got thighs parallel. Take your breath in, and as you exhale, curl up, bring leg in. Just lifting the shoulders off, keeping your tension in your core the whole time. Lower back into the mat, breathe in. Curl up, bend that leg in. Lower your upper body down, stretch that leg out. Okay, 4 more, then we're going to add a twist on. Okay, last 2. Keep your breath steady. Breathe in. Exhale as you lift. Last one. Okay, you've got your 4 twists and then you can relax. Breathe in. Exhale, lift and you twist in. Leading with that top shoulder, taking it over towards that side. 1 more. Roll 2 more. Take your breath, exhale, twist. And lower your body down, pop that leg down. Okay, just bring your knees into your chest. Take a rest. Okay, legs back down where they were, so your feet are together but they're a bit further out from your bum. Got 1 more bit to go through in this position. Adding your twist on, but working it in a different way, so you're twisting when your leg is long to get a different kind of stretch, okay? So I want you to keep your feet together, but let your knees go out to the side. So you've almost got a diamond shape in your legs. You're going to take a breath in, just lift those shoulders up, and then you're going to pick 1 leg up but keep it out in that position. So you're lifting it off the floor, but you're still out in that diamond shape, okay? And then as you lift it, you're going to twist, and then as you twist, you're stretching that leg out long. And then as your shoulders go back, you're bringing that knee back in. Okay? You go 5 each side. And back. So breath in, lift and twist. And as you twist, you extend that leg out. Keep your knees out wide. 1 leg is lifted. 1 leg is in contact with the mat. Twist over. Okay, last one on this side. And back. Okay, foot back down to the floor. Opposite leg lifts with that knee out wide. Taking your breath. Exhale, twist and lift and extend that leg. And down. Lift and extend. And back in. Last 2, 3. And back. Oh, this is starting to hurt. Breathe in. Exhale out. 2 more. Last one. And back. And then just pop the knees down, hands down by your side. Bring those knees into your chest together. Hold it there. I need to find out what we're doing next. Okay. So thinking a bit more about your legs and your hips, as well as your abdominals. So if you pop your arms out to the side, palms facing down, I'm just going to work with that hip roll, get a stretch after that oblique work. Okay, so feet are together, knees are together. I want you to take a breath in, Then as you exhale, you're taking your knees out to one side. Shoulders are going to stay down level. You're going to let one hip lift and get a stretch down this side. Take your breath in, and then you're lifting using those core muscles to bring your knees back to centre. Okay, breathe in the middle. Exhale over. Knees down. So keep your shoulders down, stuck to the mat. You're going to let one hip lift and then back to centre. Okay, so just lift your feet up. It's going to work with a slightly bent leg, not quite in a tabletop position, but feet more towards the ceiling. And then we're going to do the same. So take your breath and then exhale, roll slightly over to one side. So hip lifts. If you start to feel your shoulder lifting, that's where you're going to stop. Take your breath. Exhale yourself back to centre. Breathe in. Exhale. Back to centre. Okay, we're going to go one more each side. So feet are together, knees are together. Just letting that hip lift. Keep your shoulders down. Stretch out that lower back. And back to centre. Take your breath and exhale over. Hold it there. And back to centre. Okay. So bring your hands down by your side. We're going to straighten your legs up to the ceiling. So we're going to work with a leg circle to start with. So you're taking a breath in. Then as you exhale, you're going to circle your legs out and down in front of you. Okay, bring them back together. So you draw in a circle with those feet and back together. Breath in. Exhale, draw. Okay, so you try to keep your lower back pushed in the mat. So only take your legs out as far as you can. And if you want to work with a slightly bent leg, you can. It's that circling out. And as long as you take in those feet away from your body, still challenging your core and just working that hip joint, okay? So we're going to go 4 more. So 1 out and 1 in is 4. 1 out. Sorry, 1 out, 1 in is 1. So that's 1, 2. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, bend those legs in, take a rest. Pull your knees into your chest. Okay. Legs go all the way up to the ceiling again. This time I want you to turn your legs so that you're seeing a bit more of your inner thigh than you are your outer, okay? So you're just twisting out to the sides, getting a slight twist on those thighs. Okay, so from here you're going to take your legs out wide, like a straddle. And then you're going to flex your feet, push out of your heels, and then draw your legs back together, heels together. Point your toes. Take your legs out. Flex your feet, push out of your heels. Feet back together, toes together. Okay, legs out wide. Flex your feet, push out of your heels, heels back together, toes together. Take your feet out wide. Flex. And feet together. Got 2 more, keep going. Need a drink. Okay, make this next one your last one. So your legs are out wide, flex at your feet, draw those heels together, point your toes, and then we pop in, feet back down onto the mat. Okay, so we're going to work a bit of bridging, try and get a bit of a stretch and inversion on there, then we're going to sit ourselves up, spine stretch forward, and then pretty much we are done. Okay, so feet quite close in towards your bum, about hip distance apart. I want you to take a breath, then as you exhale, you just tilting your pelvis towards you, starting to roll yourself up off the mat, lifting those hips. So you are all the way up in that bridge position. You've got a straight line down from your knee to your shoulder, keeping your hips high, and then roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time, top of your spine all the way down to the bottom. Okay, take your breath. Exhale, roll up. So hips are high. Take your breath at the top and then roll yourself down. We're going to go one more and then we're going to get those arms back. So take your breath in, lift or roll yourself up. And then take those arms all the way over. So the backs of your hands are down on the mat behind you, hips are high. Okay, and then in this position, just want you to start to roll yourself down. Hips are not going to go onto the mat. And then when you get just above the mat, you're going to push those hips back up, and as you push those arms come over, pushing down by the side. As you lower those arms, go back. So remember the bit at the beginning where you're pushing through something that is thicker than air, so you've got a really strong arm as that comes over. And then lower your hips down, fingertips back. And go 4 more. That's 4. 3. Last 2. So hips are high as those arms come over and you push down each side. And last one, hips high, push those arms down. Arms going to go all the way down, palms down onto the mat. Okay, so keeping your hips high. I just want you to take your left hip. I want you to twist so you're ducking your left hip down, pushing your right hip up as far as it can go. So a definite twist over to one side. And then you're lifting that left hip up and then twisting so your right hip goes down. So trying to really draw like a figure of 8 with your hips. So right hip comes up, so you're level in the middle, and left hip goes down. Then left hip comes up, level in the middle, right hip goes down. Okay, one more each side. So bring that right hip up, level in the middle, left hip drops down, and then left hip up, right hip down, and then level in the middle. Okay, we're just going to work side to side now with those hips. So try and think about your knees being still. So your knees not going to move, they're fixed position. The thing that's going to move your hips side to side is those oblique muscles, okay? So we're taking a breath. And then as you exhale, you're just pushing hips out to the side. So your hips stay high the whole time. Just easing them over to one side. Knees stay as a fixed point. So you're almost arching your body in that sideways position. Take your breath. And then back to centre. Breathe in. Opposite side. So just gliding out, squeezing in on one side, stretching down the other. You feel it in your glutes and at the top of your glutes, just into your lower back on the side that you are squeezing. Breathe in, back to centre. One more each side. Push out to the side. Squeeze into that glute. And back to centre. Last time. Take your breath. Exhale over. Hips are high. Breathe in. And back to centre. Okay, take your breath last time, then you're rolling down one vertebrae at a time back onto that mat. Okay, hips down. Okay, last little bit before we get ourselves to seated into stretch. We're going to work on some inversion. So we do this in class sometimes, so depending on if you're new to the class or you can't do this position, then you're going to work a different one. Okay, so we're going to work with inversion. So your first option is, your legs are going to be long. You can use your hands onto the mat if you want, or you can pop your hands underneath your tailbone. So all I want you to do is just work to move those feet out over towards your head, because you're lifting that tailbone up off the mat. If you want to just use your hands to push into the mat to ease them over, you can. So that's your first option. So working your lower abdominals and just opening out that back to take those feet over towards your head as far as you can. Okay? And then for those of you in class that can do your full inversion, you're going to take your breath in and take your legs over. You're just going to hold it there and then controlling it back. So one vertebrae at a time, all the way down onto the mat. If you want to give it a go, you can. If it doesn't feel right, then stop. Okay, take your breath and then take those legs over. Okay, we're just going to go 2 more, keeping it controlled. So you've either got 2 of your full inversions, or 2 more of these legs coming over towards that face and back. Okay, last one. Whichever one you're doing, if you're working really slowly and controlled, trying to lift those hips off that mat and then control them back down. Okay, bring your feet back down to the mat. We're going to roll ourselves up to seated position, so you can either have your hands onto your thighs and help yourself roll up. So curling your head, neck and shoulders up and lifting yourself up. Or you can start with your hands all the way over your head. They come up and then you're lifting your chest up and sitting yourself up tall, really controlled. Okay, so scooch back on your mat. You're going to have a long leg. So feet pointing up to the ceiling, arms out parallel to those legs. Once you take a breath, and then as you exhale, you're pushing back out of your spine and pushing your fingertips towards your toes. Take your breath. Exhale, sit tall. Breathe in and push forward. So fingertips out towards your toes. And exhale tall. And you go 4 more. So your fingertips going one way, your spine is curling out with the back the other way. Stretching out. Okay, and this last 2, we're going to add an extension on. Okay, so we take your breath. Exhale forward. Spine curls out of the back, fingertips out towards your toes. And then keep in this position. Then just want you to lift your arms. Start to lift that chest up. Okay, so your arms are all the way up. You've lifted your chest from that roll down position. Hands come down, spine starts to curl back out at the back. And sit yourself tall. Okay, one more. Deep breath in. Exhale, fingertips push out towards your feet. Hold it there. Breathe in. Start to straighten up in your back. Arms lift so they're all the way up by your ears. You've got a straight line from the tailbone to the top of your head. Take your breath. Lower yourself back down and straighten yourself up tall. Okay, hands down by your side. Just swing your legs around, bring yourself over onto your all fours position. Just quickly go through your cat and cow and then we'll get up standing. Okay, so hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. I'm going to lead with your pelvis, so we take a breath. Then as you exhale, pelvis starts to tuck under. That makes your spine curl up to the ceiling, makes your head drop down, and you're pushing up and out of that spine. And take a breath, and then again lead with your pelvis up and out at the back. Start to lift your tailbone up. That sends your belly down to the mat, lifts your head all the way up at the front. Take your breath, start to tuck your pelvis under. Lift your spine up for the last time, push it up to the ceiling. Head drops down. And then starting with your pelvis, tilt it out at the back. Belly drops down to the mat, head up at the front. And then back to a flat back in the middle. Okay, tuck your toes under at the back. Take your breath, we're just going to hover those knees last time. Pushing down into the floor through the heels of your hands. Keep your breath steady, we're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you send your heels up behind you again into that pike stretch. Heels down onto the floor. Head down between your arms. Just going to drop one knee down, pushing one heel into the mat, so you're stretching out one leg at a time. And then switch. And then both heels down. When you're ready, walking your hands back to your feet. I'm going to hold it down so your palms are in front of your feet, just keeping that roll down position. Take your breath. And then exhale, roll yourself tall. Your head and your shoulders are the last things to come up. And then you're back into the middle. Just have the camera out so you can see. Just going to lift your shoulders up, take them back round. Go one more. Okay, send your fingers all the way up the ceiling. Okay, big stretch, deep breath in. Turn so your palms are facing out. Take your arms out wide at the side, all the way down to your sides. And that's it, you're done. Well done. Thank you very much.